Boom, and we in there. What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another stream of Launchpad. I have with me, as always, Blades. Blades, thank you for the awesome wave intro there. How you doing today? Words.
I'm doing well. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm pumped. We're gonna have a good stream today. Get some events out of Google Calendar and onto the Developer Hub.
Yeah.
So I can't complain. And how are you feeling?
I am doing well. I'm feeling good. I am excited to get these events on page. You know, it's a Thursday afternoon. I'm doing all right. I worked on a blog post a lot yesterday and the day before, and that's wrapping up, and that's pretty neat. It's been a real fun exercise, so I'm excited about that. Yeah.
What's the post?
It's about using Apollo Client in Next.js apps.
Cool.
Yeah, because there's like a bunch of different ways that you can do it, you know, and it's like kind of confusing. A lot of things I saw either cover one or the other, but not really, don't give you the holistic picture, you know? And so I did that. Yeah, working on it. It's got a little while to go. Xander, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a good Thursday like we are. Yeah. Just hanging out, doing our thing. We're going to do some Gatsby stuff today. Gatsby and technically GraphQL and Apollo Developer Hub. What's up?
Yeah.
We got Mingicho in the chat as well. How's it going? Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Or Yuchu, I would imagine. Mingichu. Did I get that right? I said Yucho, but I would imagine Yuchu, actually. Let me know if I'm even close in the ballpark. And yeah, that's what we got going on. I see what you got. What beverage you got there? Is this some coffee?
Yeah. I alternate between coffee and smoothie from like 9:30 a.m. till noon.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. I am on water now because it's late afternoon and I don't want to be up too late. But normally I have either C4, which really gets me.
Yeah.
Really ramps you up early in the morning, gives you those sweaty palms first thing. Or I'll do like C4 mixed in my water, but like less. So I drink like the canned C4, and that's like a Red Bull equivalent or something, right? Like that's like, woo! And then some days though, it's too much, and I'll just mix C4 into my water, and that's just like, okay, a little bit of energy.
Microdose.
Yeah, microdosing, yeah. Exactly. And then sometimes just that quality H2O, you know?
I mean, doesn't get any better than that. It's that H2O is overpowered.
It is.
On the drinks tier list.
Yeah, OP. Yeah, it definitely is OP. That's amazing. Cool, y'all. So I get, I'm not going to hold you up too long, but I guess, we probably have some folks who haven't joined us before, or maybe you have, and it's actually been two or 3 weeks. So we could just, Xander's made out of caffeine. That's amazing. You just dip yourself into water and then you can drink it. Yeah, so what we're working on right now. So first of all, this is Launchpad. So Launchpad is a show where we take something like a feature or an app and we kind of build it, from start to finish. Sometimes it runs through a couple streams, sometimes a couple more than that. It all just depends. But what we're working on today and what we've been working on for the last little while is adding upcoming events to Apollo Developer Hub. So let me go ahead and get us transitioned over. Boom, there we are. So this is the Apollo Developer Hub. Well, this is actually the local version. If you want to go to it, you can actually go to, and I'm going to drop this in the chat. Let's see if I can do it without messing it up. I did it. Yay. So you can go there and check out the live version, the deployed version. And so what it is, I'll give you the quick rundown. We kind of have this feed, right? This news feed of what's going on. Look how good that image looks there. What's going on in the world of, and I'll blow it up actually. So I don't think I'm zoomed in. Oops, that's the wrong button. Boom, boom. Look at that. There we go. So now everybody can see that. Yeah, so we have this feed and you can go through and kind of see what is going on in the graph or the Apollo ecosystem. And then we have this other awesome section, collections, right? And this is a roundup of really good content, both from us and the community. organized into categories to provide you with an amazing list to learn a topic or at least get primed on it, right? So that's the goal. Yeah, right. Thanks, David. Go, David. It looks really good. We love it. It's beautiful. Awesome work by our amazing DX engineers, mainly Blades responsible, but now the team is expanding, and we've got Janessa in there too. So shout out to you, Janessa. And yeah, so that's it. This is the handy dandy work of that. Some little sprinkled in design from our designers and some other folks. And yeah, so what we are working on is this section up here at top. So we have events that we do sometimes, and these could take the form of like an Apollo Day, which is a nice one-day event where we have, you know, talks and panels and fun stuff. It could be GraphQL Summit, which is like a bigger conference, or maybe one of us is going to be at an event or something coming up in the future. And we would like all of you to know, to be able to tune in if you are so inclined or so interested. And so what we've done is decided to say, hey, let's pull all of this into the Developer Hub so folks can come and see it. They have one place to go to do, you know, to get all that figured out. And yeah, so what you see here is static. So we came in here and kind of pseudo coded it in that we have the card kind of figured out how we're going to build it, but it's not connected to anything. And that's kind of where we left off last time. Where we're going to pick up today is I've added some environment variables into Netlify. We're using Netlify to build and deploy the Developer Hub. And so we've got our Google API key and the calendar ID that we want to pull from. And now the idea is to take these cool cards that Blades coded up last time and turn them into cards backed with real data. Can y'all hear that right now? I think my garage is opening. Do you hear that? Oh, Crisp AI doing its thing, blocking out that background noise. I think I can mainly feel like you can hear it because I can feel it under my feet. And so I'm like, clearly everyone can hear that.
Right,
nice.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do today, right?
Sounds good. Yep. And we also, like, you'll notice there in the code there's a couple to-dos that that we left for ourselves last time so that we can address them today. But I think that the first thing we can do is yeah, let's get some data, some real data coming through this, and to do that, we're actually going to be sourcing data from Google Calendar. So we already maintain an events calendar on Google Calendar. So rather than duplicate that data into another system, we can just pull data directly from there. We have one source of truth for events, and luckily there's already some a couple good Gatsby sources. Source plugins that allow us to do this. So yeah, I guess we can start there. Have you used as far as I know, there's 2 Google Calendar source plugins. The last time I checked, anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe let's hit up the Google and take a look at Gatsby.
Yeah,
Google Calendar.
That's what I'm doing here. So I see we've got Gatsby Source Google Calendar here under Gatsby plugins. Yeah, you do spy Chakra, Xander. Good eye. So we are using Chakra for Developer Hub. We actually use Chakra for pretty much all of our web properties, I believe. Pretty much. Most of the ones, at least that we maintain. Is that fair to say?
Not quite. We use Gatsby for every website that we maintain so far. We use Chakra for 2, and that's just Odyssey and DevHub.
Interesting.
But yeah, one day that very well might be true. But yeah, the other docs came around before Chakra was a thing. And
that's right.
And the blog, was kind of also like in this awkward, like middle point. Anyway, so Yeah, we're using Chakra in here. And so yeah, if you go to there you go. You have this, like, if you search in that search box on the top left for Google Calendar, you'll see there's two. There's Gatsby Source Google Calendar and Gatsby Source Google Calendar Events.
Interesting.
And so we have to decide which one of these is going to suit our needs best. And this is actually a really kind of interesting, an interesting element of programming, in that, like, how do you make a decision between those two? There's a bunch of different factors that play in. Like, one has 116 downloads, one has 21 downloads. You know, that might play into our decision, but the 21 downloads one might just be newer. The 116 downloads one, if you click on View Plugin on GitHub, I can't find it anywhere on GitHub. So that's, that might be yeah, it's like I want to get some sense. The reason why I'd look to GitHub is because I want to know which one of these two, regardless of number of downloads, like, I want to know which one is more recent and more well maintained.
Yep.
If I run into bugs or if something breaks, like, can I expect there to be other issues or documentation about this on the repo, like which one is more active. And so yeah, the one with more downloads suspiciously doesn't have
a repo,
an easily accessible repo. But I'm just going to npmjs.com/Google, the other one, Google Calendar Events, and I was able to find the GitHub repo on there. I'm just going to share it with you
cool.
on
Perfect.
Slack. And
let me open this up.
Yeah, so the one with more downloads was last updated more than a year ago. The one with less downloads was updated as early as last month. And just it kind of has just from skimming the README, it seems like it's more.
The events one looks more for, like, yeah. So, well, the events one seems like, I think we're in agreement. We're saying the other one is the one that we think is good, right? Like, not the events one?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, Gatsby Source Google Calendar looks like
the winner.
Looks like the right bet here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. So the only thing that I'm noticing here is that it looks like it wants us to do, I'm very confused about what it's got about authorization credentials and why I can't just use an API key. This looks like a hefty lift. So I already have an API token.
Uh-huh. How did you make your API token?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's been a year. This is the same one that I use for the stream scenes right now. Like the way those events are ticking at the bottom of the layout is using this.
Okay. So if you go into your Google, like the Google console, you might be able to get, like, since you've already made that application and those keys, you should just be able to grab the client ID and client secret that it's requesting from there.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't know, because there's like 15. I have to load it up and check. There's like 15 different ways to, like, end up with a token, and I am not sure that is the way that I did it. So let me go check.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to share your screen? We can go on or what's the thing? Restricted
Yeah.
restricted viewing, and then share your screen with me on Skype, and we can
That's a good idea.
navigate this together.
Yeah. So hang on, folks. So what will happen is you'll still be able to hear us. You just won't be able to see what we're doing. Let's test it out. Okay. Now we should be on the right one. Yeah. So mic is still coming through. We should still be, everyone can hear us, but they cannot see us. Okay.
Nice.
So, what we're going to do is let me bring this over here and share my screen with you now. Actually, I don't need this because if we're going to do that, sorry, derailment, share screen, and we will share this one. Okay. All right, so I don't even know how to get to my Google. Isn't it like developers? Google?
So in the README of this,
they have the link
of this thing. There's a link. Yeah, it says go to the credentials page. So we'll just go click on that.
Boop. Oh, I wish that would have opened in a new tab. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, now I gotta fix this real quick. Let me get rid of that window. Let me get rid of that. All right. Load them up.
Okay, let's see. So, this is, you have to select the project up there. Is this?
I probably have to log out
Familiar?
and like log in with
the Apollo one?
Yeah, I don't think I'm logged in with the right account.
That makes sense.
Waiting for the page to load. Okay, so that's loading. We're on credentials. Maybe. Let's Google Sheets. How come I'm not seeing? You know what? Let's go here.
Oh, this is Rami workflow.
Yeah, this one's, well, it just loaded up here. Oh, thank you. Hey, this is the one we want.
Okay, Apollo Twitch scene server. And so quickly, let's just go to.
Yeah, so here it is.
Okay, Google Calendar API, wonderful. So we're gonna need to create an OAuth client ID. So you can go create credentials.
Okay, what do they have as application type?
Let's see, web application.
Makes sense. Done.
Okay.
What's it say next?
Fill
in the form and click create. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. What do I fill out in the form? There's no form.
Am
I supposed to hit create first?
Did it say, sorry, one sec.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I think that's it then. Maybe you might put authorized
URI, right?
Redirect URLs.
Yeah, that's what it was saying.
Authorized redirect URIs should be that localhost thing that you copied.
Cool.
And that's it.
Okay, so that's created.
Okay, great.
Hey,
so
here we go. This is what we need.
It's going to give us our client ID and secret.
But we got to put these in Netlify.
You got it.
All right. Let's go to Netlify. I wish y'all could follow along. I apologize, but you can't.
It's okay.
You're not allowed to see it.
Yeah, we don't leak secrets on stream.
It's a restricted area.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That was the old. That was the old.
Oh geez, I gotta log out. And
I'm just kidding. We never
leak secrets. Actually, yeah, one time I did, but I deleted it. So, haha, joke's on you, hackers.
Yeah, take that.
Take that, Hackor 8431. Okay, so hang on. All right, I'm in. Ooh. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I gotta switch the team. We go here. We go sites. Site. We search for dev. Boom. And we want our build settings. Build and deploy. Look at me. Environment is flying around here. So if this is the case, I'm going to keep the calendar ID, but we can get rid of this. We can get rid of the API key. We're not using that. We're not going to use that. So
yeah, you can get rid of the you can get rid of the API key. Yeah. We're just going to use a Google client ID and a Google client secret.
That's right. So let's copy that. And then Google client ID, some value that we will not say, and then Google client secret.
Yeah, you got it. Not only will we not say it, I don't know if we can say it. That would be really hard to pronounce.
It protects your resources by only granting tokens to authorized requesters.
Yeah,
what did that?
I set off Google. I set it off. It started telling me what a client secret was on my phone.
Google. Okay, Google client secret.
A client secret is a blah 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 blah. All right, cool. So that's added. Save the day. All right, so let's go back to these instructions and see if there's anything else. Tip top secret. Whoa. Okay, once you've stored those, execute Gatsby develop. When first executed, the plugin throws the following error. Visit the displayed URL. Okay, so we got to shut everything down. We're going to shut it down, folks. All right, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to stop that process. I'm going to start it back up, right? And then it's going to boot us to the window to get our token. Boom, 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 boom. Honestly, I probably, could have done this off stream, but like, I think it's worthwhile at least y'all hearing us go through this. You can't see it, but you can hear it. Oh no, did you freeze? FML. You're frozen. What is with Skype doing this lately? All right, I'm gonna have to call you back. Of course you froze. Hey, I lost Blades. I'm gonna get him back though, y'all. Don't you worry. He's gonna come back. Yeah, to his question though, how's everyone's Thursday going? Let me know in the chat. There we go.
Yo.
You're back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. Good stuff.
All right. So, you know what I realized? We never added the plugin. So I just restarted everything. And then I never added the plugin. So it never kicked us out. All right. So I got to stop it again.
Right.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. All right. So we do use NPM for this, right?
We can probably
switch over at this point, you think? I think for right now, but once we go back to finishing the OAuth, it's going to give us a token which we won't want to expose. So let's
yeah. We'll
it's like
true.
Two more minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it might be nice to show the
Okay, you got it. The install part.
Configuring the Gatsby plugin, yeah.
All right. Ooh. Okay, so let me do two things then. We don't need these tabs anymore, so I'm going to close those.
Okay.
And there we go. Just so that we don't, and I actually don't need to be in there anymore. I just don't want to be, leaking secrets. All right, so cool. So we've got that done. So we're here. So now we're going to npm install this puppy. Woo.
Yep.
So let's grab this. And y'all aren't using yarn, right? You're using npm?
You got it.
Perfect. So let's install you. Oh, it didn't get the end or the N.
Oh.
It's just PM install. Yeah, go ask my product manager to do it for me. Har har har. Har 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 har.
Okay.
Hey, why can't I hear my sounds? Oh, there we go. It's just very delayed.
There.
Very delayed. And now where did? Oh, there's Spotify. Okay, cool.
Here. So I'm just gonna. This is installing. We can do this. I'll create a new plugin at the bottom of GatsbyCon.
Cool. Why don't I follow you?
It's gonna solve to Gatsby source, Google Calendar, and it'll take some options. What options are we gonna need to provide here?
I was just gonna ask that.
It looks like we just need an array of calendar IDs.
Yeah.
That maybe time min options to retrieve the next 10 upcoming.
I like that. That seems not too
Yeah.
bad, right? Start there and we can mess with it.
Single events, true. Sure, yeah. Let's just let's use their recommended defaults. And I guess this is an environment variable,
It is.
right?
It is.
Google Calendar ID, like that, right?
I don't know. I have to wait because the install is going, so your typing is going slower, but it looks like it. The anticipation is great, though. Yes, that is how I did it. That's exactly it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm typing very slowly. I feel like that's not an accurate representation of my typing
Of your typing speed?
I've worked hard to type fast, man.
Are you being shamed right now?
Yeah, I'm not being shamed. I'm being misrepresented by.
There you go. That's it. That's what I meant.
By VS Code here.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
What is going on with this Google source calendar?
Really doing their boy dirty like that.
Yeah, this isn't even that big of a package. It's like.
Yeah, I remember. It's probably just because there's a lot of like network activity happening, like with the stream and live share on your computer right now. But
you know what's interesting though is like we do a lot of streams, and I feel like this has started to happen recently, like because it hasn't always been like this, and I'm trying to think of like what have I done differently that would cause this to happen. Like I haven't done anything to my computer, like I mean maybe an update or something. It just seems weird. My CPU's chilling.
ISP is same as before.
Oh, yeah. Verizon.
Is the fam using more bandwidth than
Oh, interesting. That's something I hadn't considered. I wonder, but I doubt it. We're supposed to have like super high bandwidth, but I still want to run like a hard wire. So like where my router is, I have like a whole Wi-Fi mesh thing going on, but I'm still not hardlined. I've been putting it off because it's going to be a huge project. Like I got to drill up into like the floor and through like the attic and run it all, into this room and around the room and across the floor. So it's just like,
it's an ordeal.
It is an ordeal. So I've been putting it off, but it seems like it's soon I'm not going to have much of a choice. I'm going to have to do it.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we're getting there.
Until then, this is working fine.
It is working. It is working. And everyone is here with us.
Okay.
All right, so we're done. Cool. So now here's the thing. I'm going to flip us back over to, and this is not saving. Why is this not saving? There we go. All right. I'm going to flip us back over to the restricted area because I think this is going to make us go get our token at this point.
Well, yeah. So what's going to happen is we run netlify dev and the Gatsby builds will get kicked off. This calendar source, it'll throw an error saying, you need to click this link to complete your Google authorization. It's like an Oauth callback, and so when that link shows, we'll put you guys on restricted access,
which it might
click
be
the
now
link.
because no, that's opening up localhost.
We won't see any secrets until we click that link.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, did you freeze? Oh no, you didn't. I thought you froze again. I was about to be like, come on, but it's okay because I could just call you back.
I don't think.
No, you're good. You're still there.
I still feel warm as a cup of tea.
Nice. What's up, Ibaldi? How's it going? Thank you for joining us. So we are working on getting Google Calendar set up with Gatsby so that we can pull some events into a website that we are working on. That's the short of it. And I also forgot to play this while we wait. It's like amateur hour. I am super excited to continue work on my website and like start connecting the stream and all of that stuff. Hey, I'm just so excited. Like right now on my website, it would be like Kurt's live over on the Apollo stream. Go check it out. It's going to be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that bossa nova is like the de facto
elevator
music.
Because that's what I googled was like elevator sound, and that's what I got.
Yeah, and it's almost always like bossa nova.
Yeah, love that
Very
font.
groovy.
Which font? The font in the editor, I would imagine. Is that or the one on the website? I don't know which one you're referring to. Ibaldi, sorry, that was a chat question there. Or more of a statement. If it is the font in the editor, I believe that's Mona Lisa.
Cool. Where people find Mona Lisa?
I don't even know. I don't know.
I'm a fear code kind of guy.
Look, it auto-corrected me to Mona Lisa. It's like, nah, I want Mona Lisa. Here we go, monolisa.dev.
Cool.
So let's see here. Yeah, no worries, Ibaldi. I just wanted to make sure I was directing you to the right font. So this is the one here. You can check it out.
Hey, Kurt, by the way, I finally have my my Elgato master mount.
No way. So that's permanent. In the mail. Oh, I thought it was here.
In the mail. No, it's not yet. So
close.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It should be arriving. I don't know, probably this week or next.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you, dude. I'm so stoked. I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah. Well, and now I'll finally have really nice, like a much better sort of camera.
Yeah. Position, angle.
Don't have as many options for where I can put a giant tripod on my desk. So I am
what do you mean?
pumped for that.
You don't have room for tripods?
Well, I would love to have. I would love for the camera to be behind or like in line with the monitor.
Yeah.
And can't. Yeah. I've got limited space.
Yeah.
What can I say?
That's it. That you've got limited space. That's all you can say. We're getting there, folks. Build should be wrapping up here any minute.
Apparently it's going to be delivered today. So
no way.
Fantastic. The next time that you see me on stream here, I'll have a.
It feels like forever ago.
New camera setup.
That we ordered that, or you ordered that.
So, what actually happened is I ordered it forever ago from an like an English computer store.
Yeah.
A computer store in England, and it just like never shipped, and then like over time I kept like checking in on the Elgato website to see if they're back in stock. The reason was because they were the only ones apparently in stock. Now I wonder if that was ever true. You know, like they might just have not had any at all anyway,
Yeah.
but they said they had them. Anyway, so I checked up on the Elgato website last week, and they had one, so I bought that and canceled my order on the
Nice.
British store.
Nice.
Yep.
Good for you. And then, yeah, what are you gonna do, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I think that was over.
Oh wow. I think I'm gonna
Believe
sit down. Legs are tired. Holding me up all day. It's not easy.
Okay, here we go. So now
We
we got
got
some console output.
We got some action.
It says authorize visiting this URL. So I'm gonna,
Should I flip over now? Or are you gonna go to it?
and then you'll go to it just because.
Okay.
Well, I guess I could get the stuff and plug them in Netlify too, but we'll flip over first anyway.
All right, here we go. Yoink. Okay, we are flipped over. We are restricted access. So now I'm going to go get that. Okay. And it's going to ask me to sign in. I'm signing in. I'm going to allow it access.
And Eyebaldy asked, "What's on the stream agenda today?" Did you already answer this, or may I?
Very roughly, but I mean, if you want to go through it again while we take care of that, that'd be awesome.
Oh no, I just have a terrible memory, and I forgot if you already answered the question.
I did, but I think I might not have been super clear about it. And Eyebaldy, stop me if or if you missed that and you still are curious, if it hasn't been answered, is what I'm trying to say. Like if you still need to know,
We'll
let
take
us
another
know.
stab at it.
Yeah, for sure. My bad. That was a very weird way of asking if you do in fact still need to know. But we're happy to tell you what's going on. Yeah. And a quick way to get like a little recap. We have this nice command LP dash project here. Boop. And oh, actually that hasn't been updated. So I am just terrible. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. So what we're working on is we are adding upcoming events to our developer hub. So let me drop the link in the chat again, which is Apollo GraphQL.com/developers. And so if you go check that out, that's actually what we're building, working with locally here. And we're going to add a section to it for upcoming events. So what we're doing right now, what is going on with this Oauth? Like, why is this taking...
What's it doing?
It's just like spinning. It's just like taking 8 days.
Can I see your screen?
Oops, yeah. Yeah, here we go. And it's like, I'm afraid to share my screen, and then it's going to be like, oh, we're going to just crash again.
I've got faith.
Ah, that makes one of us, because everything is just like, womp.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what's happening. I don't know.
I think it has to do with this.
Seems like
Yeah. I think it's something...
you can raw...
Can you click the link and see what it does
Yeah,
for
I'll click
you?
the link.
Oh, that might make
yeah.
it worse. Let's see. Let me know if it works for you.
No. Let's try this. Oh, but I have to sign in, right?
Yeah.
With what account?
I would use, well, anyone would have,
Blades?
it's a public calendar, so you could use any account because anyone has access to this calendar. But that's a good question.
All right.
I would imagine either.
Authorization. Client is restricted to users within its organization.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
no worries.
now you know. Yeah.
I'll play by your rules, Google. Okay, and allow, and wait a
Is
minute.
it doing the same thing?
It says the site. Oh, it says the site can't be reached because I need you to share port 8000 with me.
Okay. Oh, because we redid the build, so you don't have that. Okay. Actually, I am sharing 8000 with you. But it's also because the build is still going. Oh, wait. Now the build's wrapping up. I imagine it's going to start to work. Okay. Hang on.
Make sharing.
Yeah.
Sharing.
Yeah, let me do that.
The port.
Oh.
Port.
Yeah, sorry. It's just being really weird. Hang on.
Don't worry.
I got it. Yeah, no, I got you. Okay. So now let's add a new one. I keep forgetting.
I think you can just type in 8000.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that works. Cool. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, I have access to 8000 now, and now I'm going to fit this auth thing.
Worked for you. There it is.
Successfully something, and now you can copy those. I'll grab the refresh token, and you grab the access token, and we can throw them in Netlify together.
All right, let's do
it. What we're doing is, and we friend this Gatsby site with the Google Calendar plugin. It to a link that allowed us to complete the Google Oauth flow. And after completion, it just printed an access token and a refresh token in the terminal output. And so we can then take those tokens and throw them into our Netlify environment variables. I'm just navigating to the site.
Same.
Netlify. Site settings. Environment.
All right, so we need to add new variable.
Google refresh token.
Access token.
There we go.
And there we go. Okay, but now we got to rerun the build.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop it.
I'm just going to refresh the page to make sure. So, oh, interesting. What? So I guess this is what I want to, if Netlify would, something weird happened in Netlify where your access token got saved, but my refresh token did not. But it's okay. Now it is.
It's saved. All right, so I'm gonna restart.
Yeah. And yeah.
So, yeah, we're restarting, and once that disappears up into the nether, I can flip back over.
I think we are in the clear.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna stop the screen share just because, like, my computer.
Oh yeah, good call.
Is not happy with it right now. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Okay, we're getting back. And I think I could flip over to us in the least. Now, let me close this.
Yeah.
And let's transition back over. Heyo, we're back. All right, cool. So,
hello.
Yeah, we've got that going. Now we just got to wait for the build. Waiting on the build. But this time it'll be done. Once it's done, we can actually start doing some development. So the question here is like, let's go. Actually, I'm going to go into the docs real quick and take a look at the structure here. So we can just kind of start to wrap our heads around what we're going to get back. And so, Okay, so because you can have multiple calendars, it's going to be all calendar, edges, node. I wonder if we can like filter our calendar. Like, do we have to go through all calendars?
What we can the way that these Gatsby nodes normally work is if you request all calendar, you'll get an array of all the results. If you request the singular field, so just request for calendar, you with no additional arguments, it'll just give you the first result of what would appear under all calendar. So yeah, we should just if that pattern applies here, then we should just be able to make a query that asks for the calendar field, and then we can access those like summary, description. We don't really need anything about the calendar itself. Get the calendar, get its events, and that'll be a list of our events, and that's what we can use.
Love it.
Yeah. And ultimately, like, we'll after this Netlify build, but Gatsby build finishes, we'll be able to just poke around in GraphQL and
take a look.
We can compose our query however we want within there.
Absolutely. I was just trying to like get my mental model going, you know, just like, hey, what's happening here? And so in case folks are wondering, like, you might not be used to Gatsby builds taking this long, and what is happening is we're generating a lot of stuff. That events feed is very big, statically generated, and there's a lot of stuff in there. It could take a while. That combined with me also streaming and everything else that my little computer is going from. So I'm actually streaming from a MacBook Pro as well. So like it's a beefy one, but this is what happens. I know I say this every stream, but like I'm seriously considering getting a dedicated streaming PC. But what that does is it changes a lot of my setup, and I need to understand how that affects my setup before I just like dive in and do it. So it is definitely something that I'm looking into. Actually, I believe Chris Piscardi was going to write up an article on that, and I wonder if he did already.
Hey, Kurt, you know, well, the development build is finished, but if you're following me in VS Code, a little option that we can supply WordPress in here in the options, you can supply these like per titles, and one of them is limit, and this is a pattern that we use on the blog where when we are where was I when we are
in local
running in development, we limit to the first 20 posts.
Nice.
Instead of we've got almost 3 in there, and so that's what Kurt was alluding to, is the fact that this website like aggregates all of the content that we've put out there, including our 300 blog posts, and each blog post has images, and it cascades in a way that takes some time to ingest all that data. So this is something that we could try in the future.
Nice. Yeah, we should do
next
that.
time we have to run this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But for now, we have our circling here in development, and we're ready to test out some GraphQL queries, I would say.
Do we need to save this?
Nah, it's
okay.
No big deal. There we go. We can just do it later.
Nice.
Or you know what? What I'll do is just leave that there and comment it out. And you made a change to the Gatsby config. Do you want to restart your build? To which the answer is
no. But it looks like it did restart the build anyway.
No.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
It's fine.
I was wrong. But I am still curious about this post. because I'm just gonna load up a new localhost 80, because like sometimes that will hang.
Yeah. If you restart your build and you have a localhost tab open,
Ooh.
what you'll likely have to do is
Yeah.
press the little X thing, and then again to refresh it.
Yo, it pulled us in.
Nice.
That's so funny.
Oh, are you looking at? Did you just make that query in GraphQL?
Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at, it's showing Launchpad. Adding it to like we're live, and it pulled it into the website,
right,
because it was how we built
yeah.
Odyssey, but now this is the newest thing. So it's funny, like if I click on this and start watching it, it's gonna be us.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
funny. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, so we're up, we're running, and no, I did not go look at GraphQL, but let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah. For some reason on Twitch, like when I'm looking at the Twitch stream.
Are we not live?
No, we're fine. It's a problem with my computer. It's like a big message because I have ad block. Okay, Twitch.
There we go. All right, cool. So I've not been in GraphQL in a while. Alt Orbit member. Yikes. All right, so cool. So we're in. Hashtag we are in our best hacker voice. And so now what I'm looking for here, though, but I'm not seeing, is something for like Google Calendar. All Calendar, it was called, right? I don't see that. I see all Twitch video.
Let's see. Oh, it looks like we have a build error here.
Uh-oh.
Not found. Not found.
Oh, calendar list dot get. So it didn't find our calendar, I guess. Did it not get that ID?
Yeah. That might be what's going on here.
Did I spell this right? Google Calendar ID.
Calendar.
That's what I have. Yeah. So I have the actual string, so we could do that. But the issue is we should comment out that line because we're probably going to have to run the build again. So we don't want to wait for it to generate all of the gazillion posts and stuff. So we should add that like check that you were talking about for local development. But yeah, I don't think it's finding this. And I don't know. I wonder if it's because this is not like here, or is that...
Yeah. Yeah, let's try throwing this string in there and we'll run it again.
Okay. Are you going to take care of that other...
I got it. I'm going to uncomment that.
All right, cool. And I'll get the calendar ID. It is quite huge. All right.
And while you do that, I'm just going to projects page to see if other people have experienced this issue.
Yeah.
And
it seems to be like updating without me. It didn't ping me to rebuild. But we should need to, right?
yes, we should.
All right, so I'm just going to stop it.
Okay.
And start it. And I've done that. And while we're doing that, I am still going to go look and see if this blog post exists. Join me on a wonderful ride to Chris's site.
Which blog post are we looking for? Sorry.
I'm looking for Chris Biscardi said he was going to do a blog post on how he has his stream computer set up and streams through takes the MacBook stuff and streams that onto his streaming PC. So
I see.
That's what I'm after with that.
Right.
Let me just search.
Okay, let's take a look here. Calendar ID. That's our calendar ID. That's good to know.
No, I don't think he has it out yet. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. I'll check back. Okay, well, they're not getting any errors yet now, right?
So far, so good, but this error showed the
After
WordPress sourcing
WordPress.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we have to type for a second here.
Hold the line. So what else have you been working on, Blades?
Oh man. Well, actually, one thing that I'm really happy with, it's a small feature, but I think it's pretty impactful. Yesterday I shipped a new feature for Odyssey where our code blocks on the page actually while this is running. Oh shoot!
Yeah,
error, right?
There's the error.
Okay, so not found. Can we like double check?
I'm gonna go get the ID. I mean,
this calendar ID.
Yeah. I'm gonna double check it. But that is what I am using for these actual stream scenes right now. But I'm gonna double check it. So what I'm gonna do is I think I can actually just go. I'm gonna open this, pull it off screen here, and just go to the calendar and get the ID right out of calendar.
Yeah, sounds good. Calendar list. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's an auth issue. So I'm going to do two things, like, because you are part of the org, but maybe you don't have high enough permissions on the calendar itself. So I'm going to make sure you are added as like a super admin-y, like whatever-y, and then we'll go from there. If I could get this to load.
Yeah, that could very well be the case. Like it's not found because the access token used is invalid. Good call. While you do that, I'm just gonna go use the bathroom. Cool. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. All right, cool. So added, and now where is this dang ID? Looking for the link. I've got it, and yeah, it looks about the same. I'm gonna imagine it. I think it was a permissions error, but we shall find out right now. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's the exact same string. Okay, so it's definitely not that. So that's okay, because now we know. So we can boop, shut it down. Oh, okay.
Oh,
dude,
how's it going?
I mean, it's going. My computer's running wonky right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, but it's going.
Man.
So it's the exact same for the ID, but I've added you as like basically like an admin of the calendar. And your name was not listed, so I imagine that was probably it.
Okay, awesome. Eyeball asks, what is it like working at Apollo?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, great question. I mean, I would say that it is like working at a really enjoyable job for me. Yeah, I really like Apollo. I like the people that I work with. I I get to work on really fun projects like this one. And my experience is colored a bit by the team that I work on. So both Kurt and I are part of the developer experience team, and so we get to work on problems like how do we educate users or potential future users about Apollo? How do we help developers work through the problems that they're facing with using Apollo and GraphQL? Stuff like that, which is really like in line with my interests. So from that perspective, it's really easy, like, because this is stuff that I enjoy doing to begin with, and so I get to do it for a job with other really talented people, and what's not to like about that?
Seriously, what is not to like about that? And so yeah, you brought up some good points, right? So I also am somebody, I love to help people. I love to see people be successful, and as a developer advocate, that's like a large chunk of my job. And yeah, so it's a technology that I enjoy and advocate for, even just as a member of the community, right? Like it's not even, I would be doing the job without being paid for it. And so to get paid to do it is just extra special. But what is happening?
We ran into an error again. I'm just gonna clear the Gatsby cache.
Ah, okay.
Is that working? I command or control C a bunch. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, but look at this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna close all the terminals and then create new ones, because this is getting. I want to see like what is happening here. So are you cool with that? If I go ahead and do that, and I'll make you some new terminals. Just because I feel like those ones are getting a little wonky. So let's start some new ones, and I'll create a second, and I'll make them both read write, and we'll be good to go. Yeah. So yeah, we're part of the developer experience team, which has education and DevRel inside of that. And you've cleared out the cache, right? So we're good there.
I have, yeah.
All right, let's try this again.
I'm just reading the docs one more time.
Perfect. Yeah, because we might have missed something. Like maybe they want a different ID, or maybe not the whole ID.
Yeah, it looks like what we're supplying is the
ABC123 at group, although they have like at group.calendar.google.com. So are we supplying the right thing? Because
yeah, we have that too.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Indeed. Let's see. I'm just making sure that all of our environment variables look right, and yeah, they do.
Interesting.
It might be worth trying. Let's try running this one more time with the cleared cache. It might be worth trying to do this, clear those refresh and access tokens,
and do new ones,
and run this. Well, yeah. I know if there might be.
Yep, that makes
some
sense.
Craziness associated with that.
That makes sense. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, so I don't know if we answered the question well. Ibaldi, it's just hard to like summarize like what it's like working at a company in general terms, but like it's work that we both yeah, we hit the error again, so we'll do that. It's work we both.
Well, no, we didn't. We just it says something's already running at port 8000.
Oh no,
maybe you could
I see got through an error. Gatsby calendar through an error not found.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you
So here, boop. Let me scroll up. I can share my screen with you again.
Like, oh, that's interesting. Which terminal?
2.
You're doing this in terminal 2.
Oh, did you run it in terminal 1?
Yeah.
Oh, so we were both running it.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna need to try something different here.
Yeah.
So let's try getting those access token and refresh token again.
Okay. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to flip over to restricted. Oh yeah, those are great streams. Yeah, yeah. Those are definitely love watching them do their thing, like Learn with Jason and Syntax. Great folks. Yeah, I'm also a big advocate of Apollo. Not gonna lie. Like outside of me being a dev advocate for Apollo, I worked with Apollo extensively when I was at Major League Soccer. It helped us solve a ton of really interesting problems there. Yeah, just all around good stuff. But okay, I'm gonna stop this build. I didn't realize you were doing it in Terminal 1, so that's probably why it was like being so wonky. But it's just weird that I feel like since we've added that plugin, it has started doing some weird stuff. Okay, here we go. Flip it over to restricted BRB. So I believe what we'll have to do is go into Netlify, remove those access token and refresh token. Otherwise, it's not gonna kick us to that login screen.
Yeah, done.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna rerun the build, Netlify dev, and it should, in theory, bring us to get that token. We're gonna get this. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the stream for Spot Check when we tried to debug subscriptions. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yep.
That was fun. And what is this? I keep getting the error while proxying request socket hang up thing. I imagine that's just like something with the Gatsby Netlify, but that's also concerning, you know?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's just that's Netlify dev,
okay.
I believe.
Cool.
It's all good.
You know, look at this. Now's maybe a good time to get up and stretch. Who put that in there? In the WordPress in Gatsby source WordPress.
Oh yeah, isn't that nice?
That is nice.
Yeah, that would be either Jason Ball or Tyler. Probably Tyler Barnes, who's the main maintainer of this Gatsby WordPress plugin. Who, by the way, is another Vancouverite.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'm opening up the URL to go do my login thing. So here we go. I'm going to log in with my account. Would I like to allow? Yes, I would like to allow. Why, yes.
Hey, question about the Google Calendar thing. Do we? Let me see. I wonder if we have to make the calendar public.
It is public.
Oh, make available to public. Okay.
Yeah, it is public.
I see.
I'm wondering now if we didn't add calendar to our Oauth client in the console. Like we set up an Oauth client, but did we ever allow? Oh no, it says right here, see and download any calendar you can access using your Google Calendar. Yeah, so this should work. But now I'm getting, for me, why won't it ever finish the OAuth flow?
It'll
once the bundle finishes.
Oh, I see. For you, it's not finishing the OAuth flow.
Yeah.
Like on your screen, it just keeps spinning.
On the sign in for like where it asks me to do that. Yeah, it just
maybe
like,
try hitting it in an incognito.
Yeah, let me do that. All right, I'm gonna exit that. I'm gonna wait for the development bundle to finish building because I think
Sounds
that
good.
might.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Tyler's advice and just
stretch. Nice.
Have a nice little stretch.
It's not a bad idea. I should do the same.
I'm gonna go get more coffee when I should be drinking water.
Yeah, do your thing. Waiting on the build. We're gonna get this. We are gonna get this. Although it's gonna bring us like up to the end of the stream. But YOLO, so be it. We'll be ready for next time. All right, so the bundle's done. So now I should be able to go to this URL and generate the code. I'm gonna copy the whole URL. And then, like you said, I'm going to do a whole new window. Boop. We're going to log in. Ugh, but now I got to do this. Here we go. Boop.
Logging in.
Logging in. Logging in. All right. So said I'm authorized. So I'm going to do, let me get Netlify open.
How's it coming?
It's coming. So I got now that once the build finished, I was able to get in there no problem.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that, which makes sense, right? Like if the page isn't there, there's no callback URL for it to hit until the build finishes. So all right, so we've got Dev Hub. So I'm going into the site settings in Netlify, and I'm going to add these environment variables. So.
Okay, I've actually just got them. I've got them both in here right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm not going to add them because Blaze has already done it. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop this build.
Yep.
And we're gonna clear it, and it's already making me feel a little better. It's not doing that weird like sig term exit thing. And then I'm gonna run Netlify dev, and this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the one. My AC won't shut off, and for a reason now. All right, so yeah, so there we go. I see access token. I see that coming through Netlify, and we've got. I copied the calendar ID directly out of the Google, so I know that is in fact the right calendar ID.
Okay.
And it's now off to me. Maybe I just have unlimited power that I wasn't aware of. Yeah.
Well, let's see.
We'll find out here in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still got to pull in and build from other places. So it's building the development bundle right now. So we are getting mucho closer. Come on, AC. I'm gonna grab my hoodie. What am I doing?
I think normally it fails
already, right?
Right after WordPress.
Yeah, I think it would have already failed.
It might. Yeah. This has got to be
the one.
This has got to be the one, man.
It's the one. Oh wait, we didn't get through Gatsby. Oh no, it says watching for WordPress changes.
Oh yeah. You're right. I think I really don't want to speak too soon. That would suck.
Oh yeah, this is just ensuring the WordPress stuff is like met. Yeah, so let's see. We'll see. Dun, dun, dun. But regardless, I can flip back over because we're done. Oh, no, there it is. It's built.
Hey, yeah.
Woo. You know what time it is.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
All right, so real test. The real test. All calendar, baby. All calendar. Look at that. And we've just got this all calendar event, which actually might be the shortcut that we need.
Do we have... Yeah, let's check out all calendar event.
Yeah, so here and summary, and we fire it off. Yep, this is exactly it. All calendar event. That's exactly what we need.
Cool.
Look, there's us.
My Twitch stream is my Twitch is mad at me for some reason.
Oh no.
I don't know. I have my ad block is disabled, but they still have this screen that's like, disable your ad block.
Yeah. Nope. How did they even know?
All I wanted to do, all I wanted to do was clip our jubilation.
I'll go back later and clip it.
All right.
Okay. So let's see. So this is working. So we've got what we need.
Cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So let's start using it real quick. Are we able? So a few things like. I guess I can also open up. Or do you want to just share your screen on? Skype?
Doing it
That might
now.
be easier.
Yeah, doing it now.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so in our calendar card, we need the date, the time, the title, the description, and a link. So maybe we can work on getting those things. So we already have a description. We already have location is good because that's a way to differentiate between
exactly.
Twitch and other things.
Oh, this is not the one.
And if you go
start.
Wait, original start time. Yeah, let's see. Start and go if you go format string and type in lowercase ll.
Like that?
You got it. Now let's take a look at that. Maybe we can also get the time zone. I think that would be good to put in
absolutely.
there. Time zone. Oh, and I see. It's like that.
So
I wonder
format,
if
we need to add it in here into our string, right?
we're gonna. Well, yeah. Let's see how we can do this. So Gatsby uses moment date formatting. The moment date formatting syntax.
Yikes.
To do this stuff, so we can refer to their docs. For this, LL is like
what if it was like
a locale thing? Let's see.
I'm just gonna run this and see what happens.
Okay.
Did you see what I did?
Cool.
LL Cool J.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. All right. I am a child. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Eyebaldy in the chat hyping us. Thank you. Much appreciated. I love it. Okay. So we've got this. Did you figure out how we get the time in here? Isn't that like MM?
Why don't you just do 3 L's, 3 lowercase L's?
See what
happens there? Yeah.
There you go. But that ain't right.
Okay.
That is not.
That
is not right.
At 8 p.m.
We start at 3 p.m. It's
Your
5
time.
hours off. It's showing us like UTC, right?
Yeah, perhaps. Okay. So why don't we do
locale?
Let's do that from now should give us like
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
Like a distance time. Let's try format string and just do like H colon
right.
what would it be? H colon MM. Yeah.
Yeah, but why is it 8?
Yeah, that is wrong.
It is wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
Super wrong.
Super duper wrong.
Okay.
Oh, locale.
No
That's what I thought.
can...
Maybe locale. We have to set locale, right?
But set it to what?
It would be the New York time zone is what all this was added in.
Maybe, but okay, let's just take a look here. What do we have to do? UTC.
Yeah, we're thinking about that, Eyebaldy. Yeah, the locale, but we got to figure out like the specific pattern for this. I think this might be a bug though, like all jokes aside, because it shouldn't be 8 p.m., right? It should be.
Well, let's see. 8 p.m. UTC in
it's 3 p.m.
Eastern time is 3 p.m. Yeah. Okay, so we know that the date we're getting back is in UTC. Yep. So the question is in Gatsby.
How do we change that?
Dates UTC,
which I believe is
formatting dates. What if you try what if you try capital LLL? I suspect we'll get the same thing, but might as well try.
Yeah.
Okay, can you do locale
New York?
UTC?
Oh, UTC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, try. Yeah, you know, the thing that what Locale is really doing. Here's a way that you can test this out is if you do.
We could also just take date time as it is and
parse it on the
client and apply the time zone.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. So just as a quick little test here though, locales are different than time zone.
Right,
like a locale is like EN US or ENGB. So here we can test this out. Like if you do, right now this locale parameter should only apply to locale specific formatting, like what we have right here. L is a locale aware formatting string, and so this specifying the locale as an option allows us to change this. So if you do like try en/gb,
like that.
Yeah, or maybe it's en-gb.
Oh, that changed it to 20. I don't.
There you go.
That's not right though. That's still 8. That's just in.
Yeah, right. But then if you change this from ENGB to ENUS, it's not. I'm not saying that this is how we're gonna solve the issue. I just mainly wanted to show you exactly what the difference is here. So now if you change it back to ENGB, you'll notice the comma after 25, it says 25 Feb 2021 instead of Feb 21 comma 21.
Got it.
So what you're saying is for these locale aware formatting strings, what locale am I going to use? Am I going to format this as if it's a date in America or a date in Great Britain?
Got it. But in our case, we really just want to pop this off for now because we're going to use that and the time zone, and we're going to take care of it ourselves. Is that reasonable?
I think that's right.
I agree. Okay. So this is kind of our query. So I'm going to grab this. Boom. Command C. I'm going to Command C that. And now I think we're just within index, right? This is where we're working.
Yeah, for now.
So we'll come down here. And then don't we want to limit, right? Because we only want to show probably the next up. How many do we want to show, right? Like that's another whole thing we haven't considered. I put that in the wrong place.
How many we want to show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe for now, let's just limit it to 1, just so that we can like work on getting 1 working.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll just mention that. Yeah, that'll work. Instead of doing edges and nodes, we can simplify this a little bit. Just do nodes. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. It's been a while.
No worries. Edges and nodes is good if you have to do like certain pagination
page
things.
Data.
Yeah. But for us, we're just gonna list them out, and this will do the trick for us. Okay. So let's start by getting this time thing working. So up here in our little event card, what I'm going to do is replace this with data dot, what do we have?
All calendar events.
All events, and we're going to map over those nodes over each node as an event, and return component for it. And dude, are we getting the ID for these events?
No, but I can. Let me go add that to the query real quick. Oh, I better unfollow you, otherwise it's going to keep pulling me back up.
Do we have access? Like, does it should ID?
Yeah, it has like a UUID. I'll jump in GraphQL and check as soon as I can get this thing to let me go. Stop following Blades. Oh my God. Hang on. I got to wait for it to catch up. Oh, while that's happening, I'm going to go get it. Well, there's an ID and
Yeah.
an iCal UID. So I'll just grab ID. ID's fine.
Let's just use ID. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just threw it into the query. I'm sorry that thing takes so long.
It normally doesn't though. So I'm trying to
Catch
figure out
up.
like what's going on, and it won't let me unfollow you. It's just like
Ay. It's okay. I added it to the query at the bottom, and I tried to save, but
it's saved. It's so funny. I'm watching
Oh.
it scroll everywhere. I'm watching like everything happen, like as if you're just doing it. And it's hilarious. And it's like saving, applying.
Okay,
My
yeah.
poor little VS Code is trying so hard. All right, hang on. Don't touch anything for a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, don't scroll or anything. I gotta wait for it. Like I'm watching VS Code live share, like little error, like be like, oh, I'm trying so hard. And it's just like
if you just click the that little green pin icon around the middle of the screen, that should allow you to stop following. Like the middle top of the
middle
you got
top
it.
of the. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I was clicking it. It wasn't doing anything. I clicked it like 30 times.
Oh,
I had to
okay.
wait for it to catch up. Like it was showing me the little spinner, like boom, 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 boom.
I
Like
see,
every
I see.
time you make a movement, it's like, oh, I'm trying to catch
Too
up.
fast, man.
Too fast for y'all. Too furious. Okay. All right. So it's in, and we have ID, right? Because you already went and added it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good.
Yeah. And so is the title of the event, is that the summary?
It's summary.
Summary. Okay.
That's what they call a title.
So we're gonna just replace these event.summary, and this one is event.description, and then finally we want to render the date, and this is the format that we want. But for now, we're just gonna comment that out so we remember to render the date
Whatever it is.
in like particular time zone. So the way that we can do this is using date.toLocale string. It allows you to pass a zone. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm wondering if there's a way to pass a time zone to the date constructor. I don't think there is.
I don't believe so. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So the set time zone. No. Okay. What I'm gonna do is just try this. We'll say new date with event dot. What is the chain of properties again? It is start dot time zone. Not time zone. Date time. There we go. So this is gonna create a new date instance out of the date we get back from GraphQL.
Okay.
And then we'll call toLocale string, and we'll pass in enus, and time zone is going to be event start time zone.
Oh yeah. It's like so funny hearing you talk and then like waiting for VS Code to catch up. It's like it's hilarious. I just snort laughed. Come on.
So
VS Code.
This should work, I hope.
TM.
Let's see what happens. So I'm going to save it, and we'll get all of this dynamic data in our app, I hope.
Well, I don't know if it's weird because the terminal is working in real time, but my editor doesn't have the latest updates, so I'm curious to see if this actually does. We use a mix. So we have like a design team, right? And so they do a bit of right now. Hey, what's up, Justifi? Thank you for joining us. How's it going? And so iBaldi, they use a mix, Sketch and Figma. Lately I've been noticing a shift more towards Figma, but there's still a lot of Sketch stuff going on. So okay, so now I should be caught up. It's rebuilding the bundle. Boom. So now we should have, yeah.
Should have something.
Well, this is
What
the
does it
old
say?
one. This is the old one. So I gotta wait. I need it to reload.
Cannot read property nodes of undefined.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So all calendar. I said all calendar events. It's all calendar event.
Got him.
So we'll fix that up. And yeah, Ibaldi, you just replying to your question there. On my personal projects, I like to use Sketch. I've yet to try out Figma.
There we go. It's in, and it's got the right time.
Cool. And the date is correct, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
Mind you, and that this may work as is, but we've kind of got a pattern in the app already for how we represent dates.
Yep.
So it might be nice to like format this date in a way that conforms with that. So let's see what we're using here is, or are we? I was going to say we're using date functions, but I don't know if we are.
Yeah. So I'm trying to.
We are not.
I'm trying to figure out this question from Just Osophy in chat, which is, does Apollo have any concurrent typical requests per second limits, or does mileage vary? And I think I need more information. Do you mean like Apollo server? Like if you're building your own Apollo server? No, that's not on you. It's really not even that hard of a name. That's it on me. That's a reading thing right there. That's a pretty easy name. Just Osophy, right? Just Osophy. Why can't I do that? Just Osophy. Just Osophy. Boom, there we go. Yeah, server. So under the hood, it is a Express server. So like if you're essentially like, so meaning that to say, if you had a resolver that returned the string hello world, you could hella hit that string, right? And like you're only going to hit the limitations pretty much of like what you would hit from the underlying server, which I believe is Justin. Nice. Thanks, Justin. I believe is Express under the hood of Apollo server, right? Is that correct? Or is it just HTTP? Regardless, hella performant, but like it depends on what you add on top of it, right? So if we're adding database requests and other things like that, that's going to affect the amount of requests per second that a server can handle. Now you can mitigate that with caching, and then eventually, yeah, you just hit like the upper scale of what a node API in general is capable of processing per second. Like how fast can it get through that call stack? And so again, if we're using the very trivial example of a query for hello that returns the string hello world, you're not going to really run into too many issues. You know, you can get upwards of, a high amount of requests per second. But this gets into like questions about both horizontal and vertical scaling. And it all depends on what your server is doing under the hood. And honestly, doesn't really differ from that of REST APIs. It's the same scenario. If we have an endpoint called hello that returns a string called hello world in an Express server, you run into the same type of situations. I think a lot of people don't really know, because it's not really shared, that really they're the same thing, right? Like at the end of the day, it's an HTTP request going to a server and being returned. And yeah, you do run into issues depending on what server you're using, right? Like Fastify is supposed to be like lightning fast and a bit faster than Express. But yeah, those are concerns you're going to hit in the upward bounds of request scales, right? We're talking like, hundreds of thousands of requests coming in, thousands of requests per second, like in the high thousands, and would require some load balancing and testing to figure out. But you will be able to scale a GraphQL server very similar to a REST API doing the same amount of work, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. Hella scale. All right. Cool. So did you get that done? Is that did you update the date? Sorry, I kind of derailed there. And then...
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So what we're probably gonna want to do is bring in Well, yeah, let's see. I'm looking at like how we can.
How are we doing it in other places?
Well, the date that we get back in other places,
better.
we don't need to be so specific about time. We only talk about the day that these things were published, so it's not really a big issue there. But if we want to easily format this stuff, what I'd recommend just using is a date function,
Yep.
and specifically there's a kind of like a fork of date function, or kind of like a library called date functions tz.
Yes.
That extends date functions with time zone
That's what I use.
functionality. Cool. So let's npm install date function. I'll do that in terminal 1. Npm install date fnstz.
Yep. So with that information, so that's a lot more information for me to go on. Okay, so what you're gonna notice, what the difference is here is, what I would implore you to figure out is that the amount of requests actually hitting origin, or is that also getting cached responses from your edge cache? So one thing that changes drastically between REST APIs and GraphQL APIs is not, you don't get like edge caching out of the box like you would with something like Varnish or something else. And the reason why is because GraphQL uses post requests to send its data over. So it can't easily cache responses coming through GET requests like you would with something like a REST API out of the box. Now, you can both configure almost every single edge caching solution from Nginx to Varnish to be able to cache GraphQL requests that are coming in with posts. You just want to make sure that what you're caching does not contain subscriptions or mutations within that query set. You want to make sure it's only queries coming over the line. And then you also really want to focus more on your application level caching. So you're going to get more requests to origin, but if you're caching well enough at the resolver level, that should be okay. That is a major difference, and that is what you'll want to investigate. You'll want to look at the differences in edge caching.
Nice.
Yeah. Kafka, great solution. Yeah. But yeah, that's the deal, caching. So that caught me by surprise. And there's a lot of ways to alleviate that. So like data loader is something that helps work with that as well. So look into data loader. But yeah, those are definitely the things you're going to want to check out. But that's very common setup, right? Like hitting a Postgres API from within GraphQL. That's very standard. Nothing, outrageous there. So it's really just about making sure that your caching is in the right places for GraphQL as opposed to REST.
Mm-hmm.
Format, I love it.
Adding a date right now, and gonna make a thing, and then this is like a localized date. This follows throughout the app.
Cool.
And at time, right now, this is actually quite interesting. What we want to do is show the start and end time. So this might right now. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Date at time and then time zone.
Yeah, because not all of our events have an end time anyway, but we should
True.
Yeah.
This library is still with rebuild. We'll see.
Well, it'll reload in a minute once that install finishes.
Yeah.
And I think if we get this going, like if we've got our time right, that might be a good place to wrap up for today. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
That will fulfill this first to do real data and getting piped in from the Google Calendar and rendering the way that we expect it to.
Yeah, which is perfect. Okay, so it's installed, so we should be, and yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Beautiful.
Is this correct?
I think PM should be
Yeah.
next to 3, but yes. Oh, and we don't have the .00. We're just doing 3 PM. So if we look at the comment that you popped out of there, we had like 3 PM to 5 PM. I don't know if that matters, right? But what do you think about that?
Sorry, the question is about like rendering
So if we yeah, no, it's about rendering the time specifically. So here in this example, we have 2 PM, but if we just do P, it gives us 3 .0
I
PM,
see.
right? Is the PM coming from ZZZ? Is that how we get that PM?
ZZZ is the time zone at the end.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so we need to adjust P to be more specific to H, and then it would be so it would be H, right?
Well, kind of. Well, like we do this oversight in the time form we mocked up, which is that this doesn't account for it doesn't account for.
You're right. You're right.
What I want to try though first is on my side I'm seeing 12 p.m. Eastern time, so it is still like this format is still zone. GitHub they show an example using this 2, which offsets.
Yep. Okay.
The same thing. And we're rebuilding the bundle. Soon we'll find out if it worked. Any change on your side?
Let me see. Nope, looks good on my end. Is it working on yours?
No, it's not. So
how did I fix this? Oh, wait a minute. But that's actually correct. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not.
To date. Yeah. I see what's happening here. So I need to provide the time zone option
there
to my to date function.
And not to the, I don't think you need it for the format part then. Because it's already going to have the time zone.
I think that it's important to pass it to the format to tell it what time zone to render in here. But yeah, we can, if this works, then we can try removing that format and see what happens.
So it looks good on my end.
Yeah, still
12 on your side?
Still no good on my side. Yeah. Let me read this one more time. See if I can.
No worries.
Understand.
Let me bring it up.
String use a time zone property. I'm just event dot start. See if there's
UTC to zoned time is a function.
Yeah. Let's see. Right now I'm one of the latest because my my port 8088 like 8888 is not console logging that console log that I just threw in.
And neither is mine actually.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, is it not saved? Oh, it's not saved. Now it is.
I'm not getting
Me either.
refresh. It doesn't-
But I am getting a console log of the date. And it says,
Oh,
it's funny,
okay.
it says
I'm
HMR. You're not getting that?
I'm-
Oh, interesting.
No.
Do you want me to reshare with you? Maybe it's not coming through. Like reshare the server, that port.
Oh, hold on. I think I had the wrong console open. Yeah, okay, now I'm seeing this. Interesting. So this date, it looks like it has a time range attached to it.
Yeah,
That's really interesting.
that is.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm still seeing the same thing. I'm just gonna try
But I am not gonna. It says hot module reloading is working, but I am not getting it either. Oh, it's not saving.
There we go. Yeah, sometimes you have to save it.
Interesting. Okay. Still the same.
Okay, yeah. Actually, hey, this is actually pretty good. So now on my screen I see 12 p.m. PST.
Oh.
And on your screen you probably see, what do you see?
3 p.m. EST.
Eastern time?
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's what we
okay,
want.
So, well, yeah, except this is gonna cause some issues when it comes to server rendering. Like, the server is gonna render, you know, the date in whatever time zone it's in, and then that time zone is gonna be baked into the HTML. When the React bundle or when the JavaScript bundle loads, it's gonna maybe that's fine. It'll just replace those dates with.
Yeah, I would imagine that's
with
okay.
the date in our time zone. I think that's actually
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
Now that I
better.
say that out loud.
Yeah, that's you want it in
Okay.
your own time zone, right?
Great. So let's roll with this then.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a good to have this. Actually, one thing to wrap up. I'm just gonna let's take this limit from 1 to 5. What do you think?
Just to see.
Or 1 or
3.
We're gonna across the top here.
Did it save? Yeah, it did. There we go.
It's not bad. I'm just going to make a couple quick updates here. Yeah. One is going to give the grid a gap of, what do you think, like 32 pixels?
Yeah, that should be good. Do you do everything like based on 4s or 8s? That's what I do. Like everything is like a.
Yeah, like the spacing.
Oh, that's right.
Is 4, so everything goes up in 4s. Right. Yeah.
And then a background, right? It needs a background.
Yeah, and so I just background color and
Bolly said ship it.
There
we go. Look at that. Now we're cooking.
Not bad. And is it just chance, or does this actually line up perfectly with the column below it?
Oh, it's lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
Almost.
Cool.
Oh, it's super close. It's off by a couple pixels.
Yeah?
You mean that the third one is lined up with the blog, like the feed column?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just chance, but it's off by like probably, I don't know, 3 pixels or so, it looks like, eyeball on it.
If you go Command Shift 4.
Yep. And then
you can just draw a line, like draw.
Oh wow, it does line up with it perfectly. What are the odds?
This is my little tip for
Yeah.
everybody in chat there.
You saw it here first.
Yeah, that Command Shift 4. If you're on a Mac, it's a really good ruler.
Yeah.
I use this as a ruler all the time.
That's cool.
And then if you drag out a rectangle with Command Shift 4,
yeah,
and then you hold space, you can like drag that rectangle around and use it as a ruler on your screen.
that's cool. So that I did not know about, holding down space to keep it going. I use Command Shift 4 for screenshots literally all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not know
Yeah.
that if
Try the space thing.
Oh, I just did, and it took a picture.
Oh, nice. Oh, like draw out the thing and then hold space and drag your hold space. Don't let go of the mouse button.
See. Right. I thought if I held down space, I could let go of the mouse. But yeah, no, that's working.
There you go.
Dope.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so we should probably commit this, right?
And get out of here.
Add gcal data. Bump. Committed. Cool. All right, so that's committed. Yeah, we're good to go. That's it for that. Let me see here. I'm going to take 1 second here. Boom. Flip us back over to just you and I. You and I. We'll probably be able to wrap this up like next week, right? I mean, I would imagine now that we've got all the nuts and bolts in place. And I guess a quick recap. So what we did was the first time around, we just got the event statically into DevHub. And we figured out what the card was going to look like, kind of the information and how we wanted the behavior to work. Then this time we fought with Oauth for quite some time and finding our calendar. And then we got all that figured out. We got gcal now pulling in. We've got all of our environment variables, so we're good to go. Every Gatsby build, this is just going to TM just work. And it's going to pull in our data. And now our cards are actually populated with real data. The next step for next week, which is hopefully, it will probably be the wrap up, is we've got a couple things to do. Like if it's a Twitch stream, we want follow on Twitch. We want to be able to add to the calendar. So that's a step that we're going to have to figure out that we don't have yet, but shouldn't be too difficult. We'll probably want to do a bit of styling stuff. We were considering pulling out the Twitter users. I wonder what that's going to look like. We'll have to just take it one step at a time. But yeah, that's pretty much the list of what's left. And then I think last is just figuring out where on the page that's going to live.
Yes, exactly. That sums it up perfectly. I think we're right at the precipice of finishing this thing, and I can't wait to apply some finishing touches next week.
It feels good. It feels good to get here. Hopefully my computer will also behave slightly better. We'll see. But with that, I think we're ready to go ahead and get on out of here. You want to? All right.
Let's do it.
We'll see y'all later. Thank you for joining us for another Launchpad. I almost said launch stream. For another stream of Launchpad. Yeah. And with that, we bid you all adieu. See y'all later.
Take care.